ఇది మేధాయుద్ధం యుద్ధం ఇది మేధాయుద్ధం మేధావుల మధ్య జరిగే భీకర పోరాటం యుద్ధం ఇది మేధాయుద్ధం మేధావుల మధ్య జరిగే భీకర పోరాటం రాజు మంత్రి ఏనుగొంటె సిపాయులను కదిలిస్తూ జిరాఫీ గుర్రాలను ఎగిరిస్తూ రాజు మంత్రి ఏనుగొంటె సిపాయులను కదిలిస్తూ జిరాఫీ గుర్రాలను ఎగిరిస్తూ గెలుపు కొరకు ఆడే నవ భారత మేధో పోరాటం జిరాఫీ చెస్సు మేధాయుద్ధం జిరాఫీ చెస్సు మేధాయుద్ధం యుద్ధం 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 ఇది మేధాయుద్ధం మేధావుల మధ్య జరిగే భీకర పోరాటం
Fighting with the swords, gone. Playing with the brain, on. Let's play Giraffe Chess Hattrick League Season 3.
International Giraffe Chess Federation presents Hattrick League Season 3 between 10 Proddatur teams. Hello everyone, welcome to India's new 68 squared Giraffe Chess Academy Proddatur and welcome to the live telecast of no draws, no resigns, only win or lose in just 70 moves Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Let us watch Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 13th match between Proddatur Jaguars team versus Proddatur Gladiators team. Each team consists of 3 players. Whoever team all outs opponent all 3 players is the match winners. Let us see the toss at the center of the court.
Proddatur Jaguars, no?
Yes, sir.
Head is the call from Proddatur Jaguars. Heads. Toss won by the Proddatur Jaguars. Now, what you will select, white side or black side? Proddatur Jaguars, they won the toss.
And in toss, Proddatur Jaguars team, they won the toss and elected to play on black side.
Looks right.
And here is the both teams lineup. For Proddatur Jaguars team, Nandan is the opener and Vignesh is the second player and Sinu comes to play as third player. And for Proddatur Gladiators team, Sufyan is the opener, Ishwar is the second player and Jaguars comes to play as third player. Now, let us watch first game of the match between Proddatur Gladiators team opening player Sufyan versus Proddatur Jaguars team opening player Nandan. Let us see among these 2 players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Let us watch. Let us move on to the court. Little Scholar awardee Proddatur Gladiators team opening player Sufyan is ready to play on white side. Let us see on other side of the court. Best Scholar awardee Proddatur Jaguars team opening player Nandan is ready to play on black side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 1 of the match. Black side player Nandan is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 1 started.
Knight to f3, pawn to e6, giraffe to d3, knight to f6, giraffe to e3, pawn to d5, giraffe capture knight to f6, giraffe capture giraffe to f6, knight to d4, bishop to e7, pawn to e3, gathering at king side, bishop to e2, rook to e8, giraffe to g4, pawn to h5, bishop to b5, pawn to c6, bishop to a4, pawn capture giraffe at g4, queen captured pawn at g4, pawn to e5, queen to h4, giraffe capture pawn at e3, pawn capture giraffe at e3, bishop capture queen at h4, pawn to g3, pawn capture knight at d4, pawn capture bishop at h4, pawn to b5, bishop to b3, pawn to c5, rook to g1, pawn to c4, pawn capture pawn at d4 illegal, pawn to e4, rook capture pawn at e4 and check to white king, king to d1, pawn capture bishop at b3, pawn capture pawn at b3, bishop to g4 and check to white king, king to d0, queen capture pawn at h4, knight to d2, queen capture pawn at f2 and check to white king, rook to e1.
Now Nandan Sai immediately
capture
moved his
rook at
queen to
E1
e1
and
and
check to white
set
king,
check to
and
white
it's a
king. It
checkmate.
is not only check, it is a checkmate win to Nandan Sai. What a superb checkmate win to Nandan Sai. Sufyan out. Gladiators team first player out. Nandan Sai with this win he won the first game and still need 2 more wins to do hat-trick and become hat-trick hero of today's great match. Now, let us watch second game of the match between Proddatur Gladiators team second player Ishwar versus Proddatur Jaguars team opening player Nandan Sai. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Among these two players, Nandan Sai already won the first game and now playing for winning second game. Let us watch what will happen. Let us move on to the court. Young Scholar awardee Proddatur Gladiators team second player Ishwar is ready to play on black side. Let us see on other side of the court. Best Scholar awardee Proddatur Jaguars team opening player Nandan Sai is ready to play on white side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 2 of the match. Black side player Ishwar is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 2 started.
Pawn to e3, pawn to e6, knight to f3, pawn to h6, bishop to e2, knight to f6, castling at king side, giraffe to d6, rook to e1, knight to g4, pawn to h3, knight to f6, pawn to d4, pawn to a6, bishop to d3, knight to d5, pawn to e4, knight to b4, pawn to c3, knight to c6, pawn to e5, giraffe to g5, pawn to h4, giraffe capture pawn at f2, king capture giraffe at f2, pawn to d6, king to g1, pawn capture pawn at e5, pawn capture pawn at e5, bishop to c5 and check to white king, bishop to e3, bishop to e7, pawn to b4, bishop capture pawn at h4, knight capture bishop at h4, queen capture knight at h4, bishop to f2, queen to g5, queen to e2, bishop to d7, knight to a3, knight capture pawn at e5, rook to c1, knight capture bishop at d3, queen capture knight at d3, bishop to b5, Knight capture bishop to b5. Pawn capture knight to b5. Queen capture pawn at b5 and check to black king. Queen capture queen at b5. Rook to d1. Castling at king side. Rook to e4. Knight to a6. Rook to illegal. Rook to d4. Rook to d8. Rook capture rook at d8. Rook capture rook at d8. Rook to d4. Giraffe to c6.
Now Nandan Sai immediately captured rook
capture
at
rook at d8 and check to
and
black
set
king and
check
it's
to
a
black
checkmate.
king. It is not only check, it is a checkmate win to Nandan Sai. What a superb checkmate win to Nandan Sai. Ishwar out. Proddatur Gladiators team lost the second player. Nandan Sai, with this win, he won continuously 2 games and still need one more win to do hat-trick and become hat-trick hero of today's great match. Let us watch third game of the match between Proddatur Gladiators team last player Jaguars versus Proddatur Jaguars team opening player Nandan Sai. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Among these two players, Nandan Sai already won continuously 2 games and now playing third game for doing hat-trick. Let us see what will happen. Let us move on to the court. Best Scholar awardee Proddatur Gladiators team last player Jaguars is ready to play on white side. Let us see on other side of the court. Best Scholar awardee Proddatur Jaguars team opening player Nandan Sai is ready to play on black side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 3 of the match. Black side player Nandan Sai is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 3 started.
Pawn to e4, pawn to e6. Knight to f6. Knight to c3. Bishop to e7. Giraffe to e3. Castling at king side. Giraffe capture knight at f6. Giraffe capture giraffe at f6. Knight to f3. Rook to e8. Bishop to c4. Pawn to a6. Pawn to e5. Giraffe to e9. Pawn to a3. Pawn to b5. Bishop to a2. Pawn to f6. Pawn to d3. Pawn to d6. Pawn to d4. Pawn capture pawn to e5. Pawn capture pawn to e5. Pawn capture pawn to e5. Queen capture queen at d8. Rook capture queen at d8. knight capture pawn at e5, bishop to b7, giraffe to f3, knight to c6, knight capture knight at c6, bishop capture knight at c6, giraffe capture pawn at e6, giraffe capture giraffe at e6, bishop capture giraffe at e6 and check to black king, king to f8, bishop to h3, bishop to d7, bishop capture bishop at d7, rook capture bishop at d7, bishop to e3, giraffe to d6, bishop to c5, giraffe capture knight at c3, bishop capture bishop at e7 and check to black king, king capture bishop at e7, pawn capture giraffe at c3, rook to d8, king to e2, king to f6, pawn to g4, rook to e7 and check to white king, king to f3, pawn to g5, pawn to h4, pawn to h6, pawn capture pawn at g6 and check to black king, pawn capture pawn at g6, rook to h6 and check to black king, king to g7, rook capture pawn at a6, rook to f7 and check to white king, king to g3, rook to e8, rook to h1, rook to f6, rook capture rook at f6, king capture rook at f6, rook to f1, rook to d8, pawn to f4, king to e6, pawn capture pawn at g5, king to e5, rook to f4, pawn to b4, king to f3, pawn capture pawn to a3, rook to f5 and check to black king, king to d6, rook to a5, rook to g8, king to f4, rook to f8 and check to white king, king to e4, rook to e8 and check to white king, king to f5, pawn to c5, pawn to c4, rook to f8 and check to white king, king to g6, king to e5, king to g7, rook to b8, rook to a7, king to e4, rook to e7 and check to black king, king to f3, king to f7, king to f2, rook to e8, king to f1, king to f8.
Now we can see Nandan Sai just one step away to win by crowning. Yes, he moved his king to e0 and won the game by crowning. What a superb crowning win to Nandan Sai. Jay Bhargav out. Proddatur Gladiators team last player. Jay Bhargav out. With this out, Proddatur Gladiators team all out and lost the match. Nandan Sai, with this win, he won continuously 3 games and did a hat-trick and became the hat-trick hero of today's great match. And this is Nandan Sai's first hat-trick in Hattrick League. Congratulations, debut hat-trick hero Nandan Sai.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Now, just matchfully completed, most exciting match, and today we are here with today's Hattrick hero of today's match. He is none other than Nandan Sai. First, let me congratulate Nandan Sai, and today you did very good hat-trick, and on behalf of International Giraffe Chess Federation, we are giving away 500 rupees cash prize to the Nandan Sai hat-trick hero for today's match. Now, let me take a small interview. You did a hat-trick in 112 moves only. You out all the opponent Proddatur Gladiators players by 112 moves. You out 3 players, isn't it? The first player you played Sufyan. Okay. By checkmate 23 moves. So you out Sufyan by checkmate in 23 moves. Then in 23 moves, which is the game winning move?
సుఫియాన్ తన పవర్లను ఎక్కువ కోల్పోవడం వల్ల నేను సుఫియాన్ పై గెలవడానికి కారణమయ్యింది.
Very good. So in second game you played with Ishwar. Checkmate. You won by, you out the player by checkmate in 36 moves. So checkmate is very tough one, and it need lot of focus, lot of techniques. You used, I watched that game, very nice. You played in second game, very crucial. So that too, Ishwar is a very good player. Then what is the best move?
నేను వేసిన ప్లాన్స్ ని ఈశ్వర్ అర్థం చేసుకోకపోవడం వల్ల, నేను ఎత్తుకు పై ఎత్తేసి అటాక్ చేయడం వల్ల ఈశ్వర్ నేను గెలిచడానికి ఇదే కారణం.
Very good. So very good strategy implemented. Then third player, the last player, Jay Bhargav. You out Jay Bhargav by crowning 53 moves. Okay na? Jay Bhargav is very good player than you, but you out him in the crucial game, third game. Then what is the best move?
25లో తన క్వీన్ ని రూల్ పవర్ టు పవర్ ఇవ్వడం వల్ల తన గేమ్ వీక్ అవడం వల్ల నేను గెలవడానికి కారణం.
Very good. So that is the main important moves that decided him to become hat-trick hero, that is Nandan Sai. So this is the very good, finest performance by Nandan Sai. Once again, congratulations Nandan Sai, today's hat-trick hero. Whom you dedicate this hat-trick?
My father.
His name?
Nagendra Kumar.
Nagendra Kumar. So his father encouraged him to play this Giraffe Chess Hattrick League. Okay, best wishes for next matches.
And finally, here is today's hat-trick hero Nandan Sai's scorecard. In game 1, he out Sufyan by checkmate in 23 moves. In game 2, he out Ishwar by crowning in 36 moves. In game 3, he outs Jay Bhargav by crowning in 53 moves. Totally Nandan side did a hat-trick, 112 moves. Congratulations hat-trick hero Nandan Sai. All the best for the next matches. And here is the points table of Hattrick League 2024 Season 3 after 13 matches. Let us see what are the top 4 teams. Proddatur Kings with 4 points stands in first position. Proddatur Chirutas with 4 points stands in second position. Proddatur Spartans with 4 points stands in third position. Proddatur Jaguars with 4 points stands in fourth position. Each team after playing 9 games, final points are calculated for the top 4 positions. Those top 4 teams qualify for the playoffs.
యుద్ధం ఇది మేధా యుద్ధం యుద్ధం ఇది మేధా యుద్ధం మేధావుల మధ్య జరిగే భీకర పోరాటం యుద్ధం ఇది మేధా యుద్ధం మేధావుల మధ్య జరిగే భీకర పోరాటం రాజు మంత్రి ఏనుగొంటె సిపాయులను కదిలిస్తూ జిరాఫీ గుర్రాలను ఎగిరిస్తూ రాజు మంత్రి ఏనుగొంటె సిపాయులను కదిలిస్తూ జిరాఫీ గుర్రాలను ఎగిరిస్తూ